It is Monday. Here, the weekend's over. I spent like my whole weekend. Well, okay, so Saturday, obviously we went out to that thing which I told you guys about. We went to the Great American Market, which was so cool. And then Sunday, I went grocery shopping and everything. I edited the last vlog. And then I was trying to get stuff set up so I can do my sister's website and everything. So I was setting up, I had to set up a local server. I can I would get it to work for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it would have some issue. And then I was trying to get the program I was using that I paid a lot of money for to work on doing her website. So I was getting that all set up. And so, cause I was trying to do it through I'm trying to do WordPress ones. I wanted to kind of have a WordPress, I don't know how to describe it. Anyways, yeah, so I was trying to get that done, and then it was such a hot mess. And then it was 9 o'clock, and I finally was like, I gotta go to bed. I missed designing websites and stuff. I used to do it all the time when I was younger. And I used to code. I do with HTML, and I did CSS, which back then was pretty much all you had. Now they have so much stuff, so I'm kind of in the process of relearning all that. And I also got my hair cut. I don't know what is up with this thing. All of a sudden now it's too low. Before it was way too high, and I don't even have the thing over that I used to use to hold it on. I don't know. Today, let me see what we have going on today. We were supposed to have a bus evacuation drill thing. Ended up getting canceled and set for next Thursday. Guess who did not sort through all their stuff on Friday like they were supposed to? This guy. So we have our sight words this week. So I always use these sight word cards and I put them in Pocket Chart by the door. So that way when we're leaving, they can see them and say the words as they're leaving out the door. I think today's, okay, so I ended up not getting through all my spelling stuff last week, so I just saved it for this week. We are jumping into our interactive notebook, actual interactive notebooks. These are the ones these ones are not in my shop. These are by the Kindergarten Explorer. Spelling things that we're doing this week are lots of dots, silly spelling, rainbow words, and the pyramid words. They're all vocabulary cards, and there's also sight word cards too, so I need to do those. And then this week's read aloud cards have to do with games a long time ago. But that's actually the first card. And then it's the second, third, and then fourth. And then we have our big book, Friends All Around. So that's kind of the plan for this week. I don't remember exactly what is our skill this week. Oh, it's asking and answering questions, so I didn't remember. But it is Monday, so it is time for Coffee Talk Monday. Cue the intro. Today's Coffee Talk Monday has to do with saying no. And this goes for all you new teachers and in-service teachers and people getting in to go in. A lot of times we think that, the more that we do and the more we put on our plate, the better the people are going to like us and the more that it's going to show that we're actually dedicated to our jobs. That's not the case at all. You do not need to just take on every single thing that you can because it doesn't make you a better teacher. You also need to be able to say no, and you need to have time for yourself. So it is okay to say no to activities that are outside of your job duties. So if they're would you be interested in coaching volleyball? And you're I really don't want to do that. You can say no. Or, they're hey, we want you to be part of this team. And you're well, I'm already part of these other two teams, or this, not teams, what I'm looking for, committees. And you're I'm already part of another committee, or I don't really want to be on a committee. You can say no. So it's something that I've learned over time, and I've taken on way too much and then realized that I should have said no to a couple of these things. So it's okay to say no. It's weird because it's higher to now. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have it set up properly or something. So glad it is over. Today was much better, but I had to lay it down right at the beginning. Like, the way we acted last week is not okay. Like, this is the way it's going to be. And I taught them slant, sit up, listen, ask and answer questions, nod your head, and track your speaker. So we practiced it a little bit this morning, and we're going to practice it every day now, just so that they get used to it. And I told them, like, it's speaker, not teacher. Like, whoever is talking, you should be turning your body and looking at them. And so we were practicing it today. So they did pretty well. The afternoon got a little crazy, and we had our counselors in the afternoon, and she was trying to do her thing, and they started being some of them were being really rude. So I made a couple of them like, you need to go sit over here. And so I did have to step in a little bit, but and I didn't like interrupt any of her class. I just walked over there really quietly and said, go sit over here. It's going to be a process, and I'm going to have to just straight up, like, set it down, or lay it down, not set it down, I don't know. And then I just got back. I had to go meet with my team for the PBL, project-based learning, to go over for our PLC that we're having on Wednesday. So we went over the slides that we're going to be doing this time. So we went over that, and it is like 3:50 now. I'm so ready to get out of here. There's a teacher across the hall that's doing Zumba. Like, she teaches Zumba on Mondays here at the school. And I really wanted to do it, but I am so exhausted. I don't think I'm going to. And I really should, because it's probably like a half hour. I probably should just stay and do it, but I'm like so ready to go. I'm actually going to go ahead though and start packing up my stuff, and then just start doing some stuff around the room, and then so I can go home. So. Good morning. It is a Tuesday, and I have like 6% left on my battery, but I have new ones this time, so I brought some. It's getting harder to get out of bed and get to work on time. It just feels so nice to stay in bed. It's that like, okay, so in Roswell, like, we got fall, but it was like really late in the season, so it's like we didn't get fall until like late in October. So it's really weird out here, like, we're getting fall already, and so I think that's kind of making me feel like I just want to stay at home curled up with a good book. If you watch The Office, you'll get that joke. It's that feeling, like, it's kind of like in the mornings driving to work, it's a little darker outside, and you get the nice sunrises and fogginess because it's been like 100% humidity through the night. So all that stuff is rising up. So today we'll have our story cards. Okay, so about different games. Our old vocabulary, which is deliver, collect, and chore. And what I've been doing is I've been using those with our word of the day. So when we're doing like our morning meeting stuff, I'll pick one of the words because it's 5 words, so I just pick one for each day. We're going to be working some more on identifying questions and exclamation marks and how to correctly write a sentence, because we're still in that phase where they want to put a period after every time they like start a new line, and it's so frustrating. But that's first grader writing. Like, I'm so used to it because that's what they always do. I'm always like, just because you started a new line does not make it a new sentence. So, but yeah, and I just noticed that my light just flashed up saying that I'm going to be running out of battery here in a second. So for spelling, we're going to be doing silly spelling. And for math today, they're going to be counting on to add, which I have a anchor chart I made that just says counting on and has a number line, and it has a little hand. So it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, like type of thing. So we have that, and then there's also at the bottom of it has counting back. So that's going to be tomorrow's is counting back to subtract. And then for their interactive notebook, they're going to be making different ways of show number parts. Sorry, they're going to be showing number parts, or add-ins is what we've been calling it. So. That day was over with. Today was actually pretty good. So they were a little wild and crazy, but Nothing too bad. I think that I talked about it yesterday or not, but we taught him slant. Oh, I did tell you that. Okay, so I've been using that a lot, and that really helps. So if you're like needing some little thing, the slant works a lot. I need to get that hooked up. I put a new battery in for my camera, and it's like I can't get the case back closed again. Give me just a second. As you can see, I'm like packing up all my stuff, getting ready to go. It's not even time to go yet, but trying to get this done. And then I've been trying to figure out, because we do MTSS, multi-tier student support. We do it. I have one group that is my highest group that their person that's supposed to be helping them has left. So they technically do not have anybody right now. So I was asking today, I'm like, what do I do with these kids? Like, they don't have their helper right now. So they said, well, like for right now, you can put them onto the computer, you know, and having them doing iStation every once in a while, which I don't have that set up yet. I need to get that set up. But they said you can do those kind of things, or you can have them do ABC Mouse or something just for a little bit until we get somebody hired. I mean, like that's all you can do really at this point. Like you just don't have a lot to do for them. So I do have some activities for them to do. And so I'll probably end up giving them some of that too. So every once in a while, just kind of mixing it up with a computer, some computer time, and some kind of worksheets. So not worksheets, but like activities. I have ones that I do where it's a fluency passage. So they read it, and then they have to read it 3 times. Find the skill that they're using. So if it's AI, let's say A, they have to find them, and then they have to answer the questions. And I usually have them turn it over and draw a picture of the story on the back. So that's how I've been doing it, just because it fills their time for that, and they seem to do really well with that. But I don't want to do them too much, because then they fly through the skills, and then the next thing you know, it's like, oh, okay, they have all their phonics done, and they really don't understand the phonics skill really, because they didn't really get that much practice with it. They just did it for that one story. So anyway, so they did a quick phonics screener. It's called QPS on most of my kiddos, or all my kiddos, and because the Ames web was not giving me enough data that I wanted, and so, but they always do these, but they asked me, what do you want to do for first grade? I said, I want all my kids tested. So they tested all mine, which helped me kind of see where the kids really are struggling at. It is quick, it's a quick screener, but when you have, 30 kids to go through, because I'm not the one that did them, another teacher did, or our Title I teacher did them for us, which is really nice. So I have all this data that I'm looking at, trying to figure out. I do want to test all of my kids on iStation so I can see what that gives me too. So I'm going to be drowning in data, but it's going to be very beneficial for me just to see where my kids are at. I'm trying to do too much testing, but really at the beginning of the year, I need all the information I can get, and AimsWeb, or the other tests that we did, the AimsWeb test, did not give me enough data that I needed, that I wanted. But yeah, so I'm going to get some stuff done.
And discipline. No wonder my brain has felt like mush the last few months.
Good morning, it is Wednesday. It is September 18th. I realized I have not been saying the date, but I always put it like across the caption that goes across, so you get it in some form. But yesterday before I left, I set up everything. So as you can see, like I have the bins put out for our morning bins. I have all that stuff done. I do need to, okay, 2 things. One, I've never set my phone up, so I don't even know if it's been working. It still has the old teacher's name on it, so I need to get that done. And then I need to get stuff ready for next week. So I'm going to be going and making planning out all my copies. I just dropped the cord for everything. But this morning we have a staff meeting this morning. Like every Wednesday we have one. I'm just looking at all the activities they have. Anyways, sorry, okay. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and start working on some stuff for school because I have about 20 minutes before I have about 20 minutes before my meeting, so. Hello, I am on my way home. So we had our PLC this afternoon, so I didn't vlog in the classroom, I just left. It was like close enough to 4 o'clock, 4:05. And today's was our PLC, so like our PD part for PBL, so and oh, that's a dead fox. Haven't seen a fox around here before. But yeah, so today's was our PBL, project-based learning, and it was like we've been doing it for a couple times now. This might be our third one. Is this our third time doing it or our second time doing it? I think it's only our second time doing it. So I don't know. A little venting here, and maybe it was my fault. I don't know. But it was like we planned it out, and then it was like, oh, you're doing this whole section when I was in there. So I'm like, I didn't prepare for this part. Like I knew I was doing the driving question, but I thought it was like a brief thing. They were supposed to read the stuff, and then they wanted me to explain it all, and I'm like, I wasn't prepared for this at all. But I think it went pretty well. I mean, so it might have been my fault. Maybe I just misunderstood when we talked about it the time before, like what we were gonna do. So I don't know, but whatever. It was fine. I mean, it came out fine, and we gave some time for the people to collaborate. Things are getting better in the classroom, so I mean, I think each day I'm taking it one day at a time. It's a rough group, but then I look at the kindergartners coming up, and I'm like, I have it pretty easy. That group looks like a mess, so we'll see. Also, I'm getting like really bad allergies, and I don't know if my allergy pills are not working as well as they were before. I might need to switch them up and try something different. I don't know. I started to start working on our turtle stuff, so I decided to go ahead and start doing the turtles. We're going to do it for our science time. So today, right before they went over to go to the other classroom to work on so we go to our PLCs, and they watched that video and read the books about apples and whatever else they were doing. We started our schema map on turtles. So we'll continue on that tomorrow when we have free time. Like what is that? And then we'll start getting into the stuff for it. Because I kind of want to do more of it, because next month I want to start doing ones on bats and ones on spiders. I want to do some things on that. And so I need to do a little bit more on that. And the nice thing is, we get Scholastic News now. And so, we didn't know we were getting it. We had asked for it, but then they said we're going to get it, and then we didn't get it for a long time. But we got the October ones. And they had one in October on bats. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to see if I can get that to match up to what we're learning about bats, because I can use that as one of the resources. So that was pretty nice. So it's going to be kind of cool. And then I can't remember the other ones that they had for October now, off the top of my head. But I remember looking through it and seeing that one. And then they used Stella Luna as one of the non-fiction, the fiction text, the fiction text to go to I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. What is that called? But anyway, so I'm almost home, or not really, almost. I'm still in the middle of nowhere driving. But I'm gonna get off, and so I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys like what you saw. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on all of my social medias listed down below. And until next time, please don't forget to always be you. Bye.